Hello and welcome to TinkerTanks-WoT. This is called Lucky Bastard, and this is a Tier 6 battle on Fiery Salient. As you can see, I am driving the Sherman Heavy, and heavy is the right word for this. They call it a medium tank in World of Tanks, but this actually has more effective frontal armor than a Tier 7 Tiger 1. So it really is a heavy tank in everything except for its main gun. Now you've got a lot of choices for the main gun, and a very popular choice is the 105mm howitzer. But I've never had much luck with that. So I've got the first turret, and I'm mounting the 76mm M1A1 because this lets me have the turret with 159 armor all around. And I like armor. Armor is my friend. Now, Fiery Salient, of course, is the messed up version of Prokhorovka. And in encounter battles on Fiery Salient or Prokhorovka, you pretty much have to take the hill along the eastern edge of the map. It's not impossible to win without taking or controlling the hill. But far more often than not, the winning side is the one that controls that hill. So I'm heading that way, and nobody else on my team seems to be following. Okay then, one of those teams. Well, regardless, and I'm thinking at this point, usually I would back off of that hill and just figure out what useful thing I could do other than going up there and dying all alone. But this tank does have exceptionally good frontal armor. That's not bad from the sides. 75, 76mm to the side, which is pretty good. So if you angle this thing well, there's not a lot you have to fear at this tier. There are some things, as we'll see later, that's called foreshadowing for those might have missed it. But I figured, look, I've got the armor, somebody's got to come up here. Maybe I could stay alive long enough to do the team some good. So, coming up through my favorite position where I'm well covered from everywhere. And this is a handy position because you can roll back into it. You can engage people in those bushes and then roll back out of sight. But I'm going to keep going because, of course, I haven't spotted anyone yet. And, you know, there can't be two teams in one game who are too stupid to take this hill. So, coming up to look. And there's nobody. Where the hell is everyone? Maybe. Okay, I stand corrected. There apparently are two teams stupid enough not to control this hill. Let's just see if I can figure out where they have gotten off to. Hello? Is anybody there? Astonishingly, there is no one there except for my dog Bo, who barks at anything. So, if the artillery isn't on this side of the tracks at the south end of the map, then they're probably just on the other side of the tracks at this end of the map. And I do like to knob on Artie, so let's go over and have a look. And you pretty much have to cross near the road in this tank on this map. You just haven't got the inertia to go up that bank anywhere else. And get over the top, take a look to the left for the Artie, and see what we see. And what we see is not the Artie. Hello, there's a T-67. He's got the same gun I do, but unlike me, he has no armor. At least nothing that's going to stop my gun. Well, my armor is working quite well at eating shots from his gun. And we've gotten down out from where that other armor destroyer we spotted off to the side can't get at us. And another one bites the dust. I'm not likely to miss when I'm facing. Oh, and there's the Artie right where expected. We'll just put paid to him. And now there was another tank destroyer over here to the right, as I recall. And, oh look, it's a box tank. Hello. I'm just going to donk a shot or two before I start penetrating him. Now, he is somebody we might have to fear. He might be able to get a shot through our armor. Well, he's hit the tracks. He doesn't get too much damage yet. But we better take care of him. Unfortunately, this gun does have a pretty good rate of fire. It's not quite as good as the M1A2 gun that I could get if I put on the other turret. But it's pretty good. There's not much to choose between the two guns for accuracy or aiming time, but the A2 does load faster. And here we have a little, well, a former light tank, now an X tank. And let's go over here because the mini-map is showing me that a couple people were spotted over this way. Driving along. We'll run into them sooner or later. And one of them is an AT-8, and he has fearsome armor and one of the few guns at this tier that I genuinely should fear, the British 17-pounder, which can and will poke holes in my armor if he chooses his shots. But there's also that S-100 over here, and he's dangerous too. The thing about the AT-8 is, of course, it does have a glaring, there he is, they have a glaring conspicuous weak spot in the commander's cupola on top. So, of course, that's where I'm aiming. And put a shot through. Another puts a shot at me that does some real damage. This bounced that one, and there he goes. He brews up. Of course, you can't really kill a tank like that by shooting holes in its commander's hatch, but this is World of Tanks, and it's an arcade game, so let's just roll with it. And here's the S-100, and I'm low enough on health that my only real hope is to outguess him. And that's a forlorn hope because I'm dead. But he did not survive me long. So, let's have a look at the, once again, mysteriously zooming in and out scorecard. And you can see that was good for a first class mastery badge. A few other little badges. I didn't do a ton of damage, but I did a great deal of spawning damage. So that was overall a pretty good game. And anyway, this is TinkerTanks-WoT. If you enjoyed this, like it below, and we'll see you soon.